Think again and again and again. There were decades during which Kodak was the world's leading supplier of photographic equipment. There were a number of years during which Nokia was the world's leading supplier of mobile phones to consumers right across the world. There were a number of years during which BlackBerry was the leading supplier of mobile phones to businesses across the world. But by 2021, none of these brands are even close to being market leaders in any segment of any market. In 1962, Kodak's sales achieved $1 billion. By 1981, Kodak's sales exceeded $10 billion. And in 2012, Kodak filed for bankruptcy. In 1999, sales of Nokia phones exceeded $19 billion. By 2007, sales of Nokia phones had reached $51 billion per annum. By 2020, sales had fallen to just $21 billion. In 2004, sales of the BlackBerry exceeded $590 million. By 2011, sales of the BlackBerry had topped $19 billion per annum, but by 2021, sales had fallen to $893 billion per annum and were continuing to fall. All of these declines occurred in growth markets, that is, against market trends. So what went wrong with these brands? Well, in a previous video, I noted the focus of these brands on solutions rather than the consumer problem or the need that they were trying to address, which left them blind to the demand for newer solutions. But there is another reason for the failure of these great brands. They failed to think again. After developing a great product for its time, they failed to think again as times and the environment changed. In 1975, a Kodak engineer invented the first digital camera. But it was not until 1991 that Kodak launched its first digital camera. In the early 2000s, as the iPhone was taking off, Nokia took the view that their brand would be enough to carry them through. In the early 1990s, engineers at BlackBerry informed CEO John Chen that the smartphone would eat their lunch. Chen denied this, suggesting that business still wanted a phone that was just for calls and messages. At the heart of these collapses were arrogance and the refusal to rethink a once valid truth. Kodak failed to rethink its business model, instead arrogantly defending an existing business model based on film sales. Nokia failed to rethink the power of the brand and arrogantly ignored the power of the Apple brand and the superior technology Apple was selling. And BlackBerry arrogantly believed that there would always be a market for what they were selling, failing to rethink market expectations. More importantly, these businesses are not alone. An arrogant belief that a brand is superior or can excel based on past glories is all too common amongst businesses of all shapes and sizes. A failure to rethink the whole brand proposition is even more common in my experience and potentially even more dangerous. My recommendation, read Adam Grant's fantastic book, Think Again. To find out more, visit www.djohncarlsonesq.com. That's www.djohncarlsonesq.com, or email me, johnc@djohncarlsonesq.com. That's johnc@djohncarlsonesq.com. I'm John Carlson. Thanks for listening.